Alright, so here's what we know so far about the upcoming Pixel 8 series. Starting off with the design, we recently got leaked renders of the 8 Pro, and it retains some of the design language we're familiar with, but there are some interesting tweaks. The overall footprint is the same as the 7 Pros with these dimensions here. The display size will remain the same at 6.7 inches, but the corners are more rounded, which should make the phone more comfortable to hold. The display will be flat this time around, and the resolution will actually get decreased, coming in at 2822 by 1344, down from 3120 by 1440. Speaking of the display, late last year there were some reports of Google testing a phone with an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner from Qualcomm. Personally, I would be surprised if the 8 Pro did not come with an ultrasonic scanner, seeing as how not so great the current and previous scanners have been. It'll be interesting to see what materials will be used for the device's hardware, as we're not exactly sure just yet, and there were some rumors about the 8 lineup featuring a ceramic build, which would be cool. If not though, we can expect the usual glass and aluminum combo based on these renders. The renders also show off a larger speaker up top, which should mean improved sound coming from the stereo speaker setup, something that's definitely needed. The camera lenses will be housed in a single cutout as opposed to the 2 from before, and there's a new sensor placed beneath the flash, which wasn't around before. The regular Pixel 8's footprint will be a bit smaller than the 7's, which of course means there will be a smaller display at 6.16 inches down from 6.32 inches on the 7. The 8 will match the 8 Pro with more rounded corners. It could also match the Pro with a 120Hz display. The telephoto lens will remain a Pro model exclusive, and it looks like the visor will get the same polished finish the Pro's has. Battery sizes are expected to remain the same. The 8 Pro could possibly receive a bump to 5100 mAh, and the regular 8 is expected to stay in the 4300 range. For the processor, we're expecting to see the 3rd generation Tensor chipset, the Tensor G3, codenamed Zuma. It's looking like it'll be based on Samsung's upcoming Exynos 2300 processor, built on a 3nm process compared to the Pixel 7's 5nm process. According to sources, things are looking up so far, and this new chip should be comparable to what we see from TSMC, so we should be able to expect some good upgrades in performance, efficiency, cores, and we hope it stays nice and cool too. We can also expect the RAM counts to be the same as the 7 series at 8GB base and up to 12GB for the Pro, and it's looking like the storage capacities will remain the same as well. It's possible Tensor G3 could provide an important security boost too, with either ARM v8.5 or v9 CPU cores, which will take advantage of the memory protection feature found in the Android 14 developer preview. Of course, Google and its custom SoC focus heavily on AI and machine learning, so this new chip will bring in some cool new features, and there are rumors talking about photo on blur, but for videos, which would be insane if true. We can expect to see improved performance in night sight shots, even adding it to super res zoom shots. And the 8 Pro could be getting a new main camera sensor, as it looks like there could be staggered HDR technology baked in, which is something the current ISOCELL GN1 sensor does not support. Staggered HDR would offer a faster shutter speed and better, more detailed shots all around by grabbing multiple exposures simultaneously as opposed to one after the other. So it looks like the ISOCELL GN2 sensor could be the answer here, as it does support staggered HDR, although the alternative could be this sensor here perhaps being a sort of depth sensor, making staggered HDR possible with the older hardware. We'll have to wait and see. Satellite connectivity is a feature that is slated to be coming with Android 14, which means the Pixel 8 could launch with that functionality, giving users the ability to use their phones to communicate in emergency scenarios where cell service isn't working. Of course, the Pixel 8 Pro is expected to launch with Android 14. Facundo's already made a couple of videos covering the newest Android update. Make sure to check those out and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on everything Android 14 moving forward. As for pricing and availability, we expect the release date to land in October, as history has shown. There haven't been any leaks surrounding the pricing just yet, but while we're hoping the price tags remain the same at $599 and $899, we would not be surprised if the 8 series got a price increase, especially considering inflation. And the Pixel 7a is rumored to drop at $499, which is not only a $50 jump up from the 6a, it also puts the 7a at only $100 under the Pixel 7's starting price. So that small of a gap between the 7a and the 8 would be interesting. Expect to see Google give a little sneak preview of the Pixel 8 Pro at Google I/O on May 10th, so mark your calendars. What do you think about the upcoming Pixel 8 Pro? What do you hope to see? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you'd like to grab one of these phones, I went ahead and I tagged both the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro within the YouTube product tag feature sponsored by YouTube themselves, so check them out below. It's been Zach, hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.